You could make a case that for this season, Dak Prescott's been the best quarterback in the NFL. He has been the most consistent quarterback in the NFL because I thought he played well against the Bears. He was excellent in this game, the Giants game, and the Eagles game. He's been I'll go out and say it. Dak Prescott's been the best quarterback in the NFL this year. When I look at the Cowboys coming out of this game, this was a win for them. Like, even though they tied this game, this was a win. They needed something like this. They needed to show that one of the better teams in the NFC they can compete with. With that awful performance that they had against the Chicago Bears in week 3, they needed a clapback game. And for as much adversity as they faced going into this game, right? You're down Tyler Booker, the fantastic rookie. You're down Cooper Beebe, their emerging center. You're down CeeDee Lamb. You have all of these things going on. Your defense isn't playing good. For you to go out there and have the type of performance that you had against the Green Bay Packers, you got to look at this as a win. There's no doubt about it. And when you look at Dak Prescott, he's playing at a very high level. Dak Prescott is one of the very best quarterbacks in football. He has solidified that so far this season. Even in that game against the Bears, where everyone was like, oh, he threw 2 interceptions. You also didn't watch the game if your takeaways. He threw 2 interceptions. Bad game, Dak. Like, you look at this game, and this is why he gets paid what he gets paid. This is why paying him the $60 million, it's not an overpay, which, by the way, I don't know how anybody's saying that that's a bad contract right now, because this is his first year playing on that $60 million contract. Last year, he was playing on the $40 million contract, which when you look at the offensive output that they had in those years, I'd say Dak was definitely worth the money. And what we're seeing so far from Dak this year, if he's going to continue this over the course of that 4-year contract, oh yeah, he's worth that money. He's worth that money. And this is my thing when it comes to Dak Prescott. When we look at a quarterback like Jalen Hurts, where he doesn't have to do that much, but he wins games and everyone's like, oh, well, he's just a winner. He's an elite quarterback. But then people will look at Dak Prescott and say, oh, well, he doesn't win the big games. But like, it's a team effort. It's a team effort. Winning football games is a team effort. Dak Prescott did literally everything he could in this game and still lost. So that's why I always get very frustrated when people talk about wins being a quarterback stat, because this is the reason why. Dak Prescott literally did everything in this game. Dak Prescott did pretty much everything he could in that week 1 game against Philly. Dak Prescott, I thought, had a really good game in week 3, and they fell short in that game. Like, this is why wins are not a quarterback stat. And this is why he is absolutely in the conversation for top 5. I know there's people out there that are big-time Herbert fans. He's nowhere close to Justin Herbert, man. Shut up. Get over yourself. Seriously. This guy, no doubt about it, deserves to be in top 5 conversations. I don't think there's a gap between him and Justin Herbert. Not at all. I don't think there's a gap between him and Matthew Stafford. Not at all. This dude gets the job done. He's one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's so good at dealing with pressure. And this is why, like, my thing with, Dak Prescott and why I separate Dak Prescott from a lot of other quarterbacks in the league is because he deals with pressure better than pretty much every quarterback in the league. Like, there are very few quarterbacks in the NFL that deal with pressure to the level that Dak Prescott deals with pressure. It's very impressive to see. And like, my thing when it comes to quarterbacks is, if you could deliver the ball in a clean pocket, congrats. You could do something that 20 plus quarterbacks in the NFL can do. It is about how you deal when you're under pressure. And when Dak is under pressure, he can still deliver the ball, make plays happen, escape the pocket, use his legs to throw the ball down the field, like we saw with that Tolbert play. And like, look, the Cowboys offensive line, as currently constructed with the injuries that they've had, is not that good. Didn't matter. Dak Prescott knows how to deal with a pass rush. He's one of the most confident quarterbacks in the league. He's confident in himself. He's confident in his team. He's confident in his play caller. And you're really starting to see that right now. That's why the Cowboys can still make the playoffs, because they have one of the very best quarterbacks in the NFL. And there is no debating that at the current moment. He is in that top 5 to 7 range. I think 7 is the lowest you could put Dak Prescott. But this year, how many quarterbacks are you taking over Dak? I don't think that there's... You could make a case that for this season, Dak Prescott's been the best quarterback in the NFL. He has been the most consistent quarterback in the NFL, because I thought he played well against the Bears. He was excellent in this game, the Giants game, and the Eagles game. He's been I'll go out and say it. Dak Prescott's been the best quarterback in the NFL this year. Now that I think about it, it's becoming even more clear to me. There is nobody that has been as consistent over the first few games of the season as Dak Prescott. He hasn't had a single bad game this year. He hasn't even had a single mediocre game this year. Even against the Bears, he had a very good game that game. He cannot catch the ball for his receivers. And when you look at the fact that he was down CeeDee Lamb in this game, down some offensive linemen against one of what people told me, their words, not mine, against one of the best defenses in football, this dude was... Every single time he needed to make a play, he made a play. Every single time. And he put his team in a position to win. At the end of the day, football is a team sport. Wins are not a quarterback stat. And I hope this game would prove it even more, because of the fact that Dak literally did everything he could to win this game. And the Cowboys defense is really bad. It doesn't have much talent on it. It's not well coached. And because of that, the Cowboys gave up 40 points. And offensively, they did score 38 points. I will say that. I will be fair for argument here. But 38 points against the Packers in that pass rush. 31 for 40, 319 yards, 8 yards per attempt, and 3 touchdowns. Come on, what are we doing here? That's an extremely impressive performance.